Yes, it is an entire day based solely on the shenanigans of the Democrat Party and the American left. Thanks for being here. This is Another News. I'm your host, Mike Russell. This is a shocking stack of fun for a Friday. And we're not, we're not here just to poke fun. I'm here to expose this. This gets crazier by the minute. That they understand, the Democrat, the American left, they understand that their chances of winning the White House and keeping Donald Trump at bay are dwindling by the day. Every time a camera or microphone gets in front of Kamala Harris or Joe Biden, they understand that their prospects diminish, and they are in full force. They are coming at it in every single way, and they quite literally are embarrassing themselves. This should have been the night, right? At the DNC. Rachel Maddow, Harry Potter's uncle, Rachel Maddow, said that this was an inflection point. Kamala Harris's speech was an inflection point for the United States. You will remember where you were when she gave her speechify. No. Not at all. Not even close to an inflection point. Not even. Basically, look it up. You're wrong. And it was mind-blowing that they had to tease the American people. Tease you. Please just stay. Please do not turn the channel. We have a very special guest. Please do not change the channel. We have a very special guest. And it was all BS. Check this out.
There are rumors that Beyonce might make an appearance. I personally think that that's true, but we shall see.
There are Oprah's bestie just said, I personally believe that's true, that Queen Beyonce, I'm going to say Queen B, that's my girlfriend. Queen Beyonce is going to show up. Mogul, married to an Uber mogul, is going to show up and perform. So hang tight. Beyonce's on her way. Everybody, I know you don't want to hear Kamala's speech, but we have a Beyonce concert.
Oh, we're going to say this now. Can I say this?
Well, no. Let's couch it in rumors and rumblings.
Okay, let's just say. So, I mean, that's out there. The Beyonce talk.
You have to stay tuned, but I have it on really good word.
Really good word. Really good word, everybody. Come on, really good word.
The Beehive is buzzing right now because the preparation for the Beehive, it has to start early. Sources come from backstage. That's all I'll tell you.
Okay. TMZ and The Hill reporting that she will indeed be making a surprise performance on stage here.
Congressman was just dancing along, and he's excited that he's hearing rumors, which a donor confirmed to me, that she's also hearing that Beyonce is en route. President.
So I heard from someone else that was in line for the DNC that was actually being turned away because he's a member of Antifa, that had a former roommate that once told me that they were left a voicemail on their phone that Beyonce might in fact be doing a performance tonight. This is so ridiculous.
Of all things music and fashion and style, i.e. Beyonce, is going to show up. Queen Bey.
Everybody, no one wants to stick around and hear the most boring, pre-produced, packaged BS of a candidate we have seen in presidential history. So we have to pretend that Beyonce, the biggest name in the game, is going to be
surprise guest tonight. Beyonce?
I know Beyonce's got to be in town, right? My gosh, is that what we're in for? A Beyonce show tonight?
There are rumors that Beyonce may be there this evening.
Thank you, Queen Bee.
We may see Beyonce.
Is the United Center going to be turning into the Beehive tonight? Earlier today, we spoke with Christy George, the executive director of the DNC host committee.
Holding out hope for Beyonce.
Is that going to happen?
I don't know, but that's
whispering
what I want.
about it around here. I know. I thought you would have the insider their tip on that.
I'm hoping, fingers crossed, they're keeping it very close to the vest.
Of course, like everyone else, we're hoping that Beyonce makes an appearance.
There could be a surprise performance from Beyonce.
Is that a Beyonce song playing right now? And is that telling us something?
Oh, this might be one of the most embarrassing moments in electoral politics history. This might be the most embarrassing moment. The entire media apparatus rallied around one fraud in real time. Yes, they were rallied around Biden. Yes, they were. We understand that. In real time, on the fly, yes, I'm hearing now. Yes, I'm hearing now. That kind of crap. All of them in lockstep, in unison. The queen herself will be here, Beyonce. Is that a Beyonce song I'm hearing in the background? I don't know.
Possibly. Breaking news. Breaking Beyonce news. The rumor has it Beyonce may be performing. Someone's doing a warm-up with her song. I'm just saying, Rachel, two pretty powerful black women up on the stage together.
We'll see if we get Beyonce. And Beyonce or no Beyonce?
I'm guessing she's here.
We're hearing rumors.
Was that Jeffrey Toobin? Oh my goodness. That was the guy. I'm guessing she's here. The guy that got caught pleasuring himself on a CNN conference call. This is fantastic. This can't be better for a Trump campaign. This can't be better. This is reminiscent of. Now come along with me in this. This is reminiscent of Podesta having to, in 2016, get up in front of the podium in a stadium full of Hillary is our first president people, our first female president people, and saying, y'all don't gotta go home, but y'all gotta get the heck up out of here. This is the equivalent. Everyone hype, and nothing.
It's about Beyonce. I tried to get Senator Booker to give me the tea on that, but he just played coy.
Beyonce comes out, I just may lose my cool just a little bit.
Charles, we're going to break you off right now to get you back on the hunt for Beyonce in the building.
Get you back on the hunt for Beyonce in the building. This is embarrassing. This is quite literally embarrassing. You don't even have to go back to the Biden-Harris, which we're gonna dissect as they dissect it. The Biden-Harris administration's abysmal record on running this country. You just have to look at this. By the way, I would show up to a Beyonce concert. Beyonce in Austin Powers, I think 3. Forget about it. I would go to a Beyonce concert. I'd be excited about a Beyonce concert, right? Because I'm looking at one of the best, one of the most successful artists in the history of time. Same with T-Swizz. I'm not a fan, but I would go just to say, song concert. It's kind of like us Gen Xers that say, I made sure I saw the Rolling Stones in concert. I made sure that I saw the Eagles when they were Hell Freezes Over. I made sure that I did this so I could just check that off the list. For me, by the way, it's the Black Crowes. Don't even play. I will go see the Black Crowes. Anyway, so Beyonce. Guess what didn't happen? Beyonce wasn't there. Literally an entire night, a televised night of propaganda hype, knowing damn well that Queen Bee was not in the stadium. You understand, it's a bigger event than having Kamala show up. Beyonce, you would have known hours prior that she was going to show up, that she was going to be there. I am embarrassed as much as I was, like I said, watching Podesta do his little speech about, okay, guys, we probably lost this thing. You might want to go home. It's just that embarrassing. You'll take Queen Elizabeth over Beyonce, Lynn? Well, she did. So, so I'm gonna go with Beyonce on that one. Queen Elizabeth, she going. Yeah. I see. And then Grizz brings the Toobin. We call it the Toobin from here on out. Yeah. What are you doing on that call, dude? You tubing? Mm-hmm. What do you mean look squirrel? Thank you. Somebody. Rhonda had this a hot minute ago that there's a squirrel right there. Okay. Not a lot. Okay. I come by this honestly. I want you all to understand that I come by the whole squirrel mentality honestly. My mother was hanging out with a bunch of her friends, spilled a little bit of wine on her white shirt. Happens. They bought her a squirrel. Her friends bought her a squirrel, like a little patch to go over it because you couldn't get that wine. But there's a squirrel patch because all of her friends tell Claude, that's my mom, Claudia, but we call her Claude. Just squirrel. I come by it honestly. It's genetic. I'm telling you. Mm-hmm. But I'm glad you saw the squirrel for the first time. Anyway, let's move on. Queen Bee did not show up, and it was the same amount of fraud garbage that we are getting from this entire DNC and this entire subversion of democracy when we pull out the duly elected representative for the Democrat Party. He's gone. Pull him over here. We're going to put someone that no one has ever voted for right here, and she's going to be our useful idiot. Yeah. And then just, Donald Trump, you like Donald Trump. He's going to eliminate democracy. He's going to destroy democracy. Y'all just spent 6 months doing just that. Yeah. It's absolutely crazy. And Grizz, you're right. They are people. He said that, people hold these in such high regard, these people too high. They are just people. They are. I have met celebrities before, and they're just normal dudes. They really are. My actually humble as hell. I met okay, so we'll say this is a, I don't know, celebrity. We'll throw this, a couple of hits. The lead singer of Smash Mouth, who just died earlier this year or last year. And I was just standing next to him at the Burbank airport in this baggage claim. I just said, dude, fan of your stuff. I love it. It's fun. What are you doing here? And he just started chatting it up with me. He's like, yeah, we're going to do a show at one of the award ceremonies. There's a sound studio right over there. So that's why we fly into Burbank. And I'm like, dude, hell yeah. It's rad. They're all normal people. They really are. Except Rob. Yeah, Rob is not a normal human. Rob is what did he say to me in a text one time? When Rob made one of his big life changes that he does. What did he say to me? He said something like, I'm a complicated human. And I said, buddy, you literally have you summarized yourself so beautifully, so concisely. I guess that's why he's working on, get your message tight. He said, I am a complicated human. I'm like, boy, buddy, that is so much more truth than poetry. I'll tell you that much. Love him to death. Anyway. Yeah, let's keep moving on to this nonsense. Before we get to that nonsense though. So I had intern Sarah, intern Beans, intern Nuge all in the same room. Queen Bee was there with her daughter, and Auntie was there, and Sis was there. It was just a fantastical celebration of a birthday for intern Beans. I was asked why I end. Y'all come with me on this, please. Why I end. We're going to get back to the DNC. Why I end my text with a period. Apparently that's insulting. Gen X, come with me on this one. I have no idea where to go. Proper sentence structure, ending with a period, apparently is I'm mad at you, or I'm about you, or this whole text, I didn't want to send this text kind of vibe. I am not kidding in any way, shape, fashion, or form. They said if you end with a period, it just shows that you're mad at me. I'm like, how am I mad at you? I'm not mad at you at all. I just sent the text. I said, Jillian's event, intern Bean's event, is on Wednesday night. We're going to kick it off about 4:30. Period. I said, well, what if I say period and like a smiley face emoji or a heart emoji? She said, now you're just being sarcastic. What? Apparently, it has to end with like an exclamation point. If you mean it and you love it, exclamation point. I'm helping y'all. I had no idea this was a thing. And now I look back and I'm like, okay, so are people that ended things in a period, are they mad at me? Or did I come off as mad at them? I don't understand texting law. And I know parents are going to come with me on this one because it has been difficult. I remember handing intern Beans her first phone and going, I don't think she understands text. Text can be tricky. Like you have to understand the language. You have to understand the vibe. And I thought it was pretty simple. Like all caps means you're yelling. Caps anything means you're emphasizing that. Emojis show, if you say like Lynn, you're a punk. I'd put a little laughy emoji there because I'm just playing with you. We understand that because we came up since the days where you had to hit the same button 3 times to get to one letter. So we came up in that idea. So we understand text vernacular. We are I would say that Gen X is the old school English, right? Where art thou? The basically, it's damn near Shakespearean of texting. And now this loose nonsense garbage of you can't end a sentence in a period or that means you're mad at them is just, I'm to the point as a 49-year-old man. I have come along maybe with this pronoun thing. If a dude wants to dress like a chick and be called a chick, fine, cool. I don't care. It just don't bug me about it. Don't ram your ideals down my throat. I'm cool with that. But I'm giving up on this vernacular. Like you can't say that. You're not allowed to say that. Michael, riz up that text. Hey, see? Dude, Michael's with the cool kids, man. Yeah, Michael knows what's up, man. Riz up that. And the only reason why I know Riz is because intern Beans calls her Jeep the Riztery machine. The play off the Mystery Machine with Scooby-Doo, which was fantastic. But it's the Riztery machine. I absolutely love that. Yeah, it is. Marcus simply okay. Exclamation mark is simply a new period. Are you serious? William, please. Okay, so I'm Gen X. It seems exclamation mark is simply the new period. Okay. So basically it's the I'm not mad at you. Going back culturally to if I give you in some cultures, if I gift you a knife, and I've given a lot of my buddies knives because hunting knives, things like that. You give some sort of monetary, you put a dollar bill in there. And what that signifies, because you understand culturally, and I'm talking about culturally, like long time culturally. It signifies that if you give someone a knife, you're cutting off ties. You're severing ties with that person. If there's some sort of monetary thing in there, a dollar, quarter, whatever it is, it says, no, I'm really giving you a knife, dude. I really care about you, love you, and want you to have a fantastic knife when we're out in the field hunting. I'm not cutting off ties with you, dude. It's totally cool. And so, yeah, it says dumbing down dumb people. Yeah, I'm like, how? But I don't even know if it's that. It's this constant reinvention of stuff that I can't get my head around. And I'm to the point, again, like I said, I'm 49 years old. I'm done doing it. I'm stepping out. I'm tapping out. I have come this far, and this is as far as I'm going to go. My grandfather did the same thing. My grandfather, in one sentence, I'm going to tell you all this story. I mean, this is like personal family stuff, but I do not hide anything from you. We are a family. This is our show together. Please comment along and let's just play. But I'm going to tell you the story. Blew me away. So my grandfather, on his deathbed, 80 years old, he said, he was talking about it was during the Obama, I don't know, maybe it's Obama Romney, in one of the Obama elections. He said these words. He said, you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to vote for that N-word kid. I think that's amazing that he will be our president. Now, my grandfather didn't know he was dying at the time. Thought, yeah, I'm going to vote for a black man for president of the United States. I think that's going to be good for us in a nation that I'm going to live in. But he said the N-word. And I was like, and he's from Arkansas. Be honest, 86 years old from Arkansas. Let's give him some grace. But he was saying in that one moment with that one word that you're never allowed to say is I am now to that level as an 86-year-old Arkansas boy. I am to that point where I want a black president of the United States. He just simply said the word in with that. And I gave him so much grace because it was so, what he was saying was beautiful. I know in hell I voted for Obama. But he just wanted that symbolism is why Obama became president of the United States. It was terrible. But he had that because we were going to, as the United States, we're like, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to elect this guy has zero experience, but you know what? We as a country need to at least take this step and say, hey, listen, we had a black president. Not kidding. He had zero qualifications. He's one of the most unqualified presidents there is. Kamala will beat that bar if she is elected. But damn, my grandfather just tapped out. He's like, I'm tired. This is how I was raised. I don't care. So in the one line that he said, which is the most beautifully unracist thing you can say, he used one of the most racist words you can say. I'm at that point right now. I'm tired of it. I'm not going to play this game anymore. I'm going to get my speech pattern is my speech pattern. I'm sorry. And if I offend you because you use they, them pronouns, and I call you dude or bro or something like that, that's my speech pattern. Being from Southern California, that's my speech pattern. If I call you that, back off. I'm not changing. And I don't care if I offend you, you try to cancel me. I don't care. And you know what else I'm going to do? And I made the announcement to my entire family. I'm going to end my text messages with proper punctuation. Take that. Oh, you're mad at me. Dad, uncle, whatever. I'm not mad at you. Just stop it. I just sent you a text. Told you I'm going to be at your house at 4. I know the party starts at 4:30, but I'm going to be there at 4. Period. Not a heart, not a laughy emoji, not this. No. Nope. That's it. Again, tapping out. Not playing the game anymore. No, you can't say that. I can say what the hell I want. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. This is another news. I hope you're having a good Friday. Of course, we're going to end it with a decompression session. We're going to end it with one we've played in the past, but I don't know if we all remember it. It's a cool, super cool video, and it has to do with a Karen. So on the outdoor show, we did fishing Karens today. So yeah, there. Let's get to the huge news of the day. And this is RFK Jr. stepping down from his run for president. I want you to hear him.
16 months ago, in April of 2023, I launched my campaign for president of the United States.
Again, I want everyone to be very clear on this. Him and his sister, I don't know who else in the family suffers from that. There are muscles that are spasming around his vocal cords. There's nothing he can do about this. That in the fact that he has the career he has the legal wins that he has had the just the rain-making legal decisions he's had in oral arguments is absolutely fantastic. So anyway, continue.
Began this journey as a Democrat, the party of my father, my uncle, the party which I pledged my own allegiance to long before I was old enough to vote. I attended my first Democratic convention at the age of 6 in 1960.
What?
And back then, the Democrats were the
man, you old. All right.
Champions of the Constitution, of civil rights. The Democrats stood against authoritarianism, against censorship, against colonialism, imperialism, and unjust wars. We were the party of labor, of the working class. The Democrats were the party of government transparency and the champion of the environment.
Do y'all see where he's going with this? It's fantastic. And by the way, back then, sorry, RFK Jr. I'm sorry, dude. No, you weren't. Back in the 60s, you were not, 60s and 70s, you were not the party of the environment. That came along when Al Gore decided that he had the election stolen from him. So he decided to thrash our entire economy. Continue.
Our party was a bulwark against big money interests and corporate power. True to its name, it was the party of democracy. As you know, I left that party in October because it had departed so dramatically from the core values that I grew up with.
Yep.
It had become the party of war, censorship, corruption, big pharma,
dang,
big tech,
destroying,
big ag,
get it, kid,
and big money.
Slay.
When it abandoned democracy,
see, I know the cool terms. Slay. I know. I'm telling you, I'm with it.
By canceling the primary to conceal the cognitive decline of the sitting president, I left the party to run as an independent.
And there, much like Dave Chappelle talking about how Donald Trump became a star, that right there is how RFK Jr. becomes a star. It's like, look, you literally are being fooled and blinded by these bozos that are talking about saving democracy while subverting democracy and planting a useful idiot into the White House again without your vote. He's had enough of it. So the party of big money, the party of big pharma, he's right. And by the way, labor unions, Black community, Hispanic community, y'all been punked by the Democrat Party. Y'all been used by the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party realized what a just gravy train that they were handed when the words, as we pass this with the New Deal, as he's signing, he said blank, the N-word that I talked about a little earlier, won't vote Republican for another 60 years. Essentially, we are going to make them, and I'm saying it, I'm going to go ahead and say the word, I don't care, enslaved to the Democrat Party. Enslaved to the government. Yeah, that's exactly where we're at. RFK Jr. stepped out of it, and I think one of the coolest things that RFK Jr. might do, and I think he's too smart for this. So y'all come with me if you will. I think he's too smart to just roll up to Glendale today and hang out with Trump and just say I'm backing Trump, because he's ticked off. He's been slighted. His VP candidate, his running mate, has put tens of millions of dollars of her own money into this. And they feel slighted. But I think they're too smart to just go and just say, I pledge my fealty to Donald Trump. I don't think they will. I think they will say, basically, we are going to do everything we can to make sure that Kamala Harris and that spastic weirdo And I don't know if you saw that. He was walking on stage with his family, and he kind of yanks his son off to one side or towards him. And that was to get him around the teleprompter. That's all it was. Jeez. I'm like, oh, look how evil he is. Look, he is evil. The guy is a complete fraud. He's a liar. But I think, child abuser, I think we can get off of that. Yeah. He was seriously just moving his kid around a teleprompter. We got to talk like grown-ups, y'all. If we expect the left to talk with us as grown-ups, we need to do the same. Sorry, we have to start. This isn't a kind of lose with dignity kind of thing. It's okay, I'm going to start a conversation. I'm going to do it right. And we're going to start a conversation about Tim Walz being an abuser or whatever. You're like, dude, he went around a teleprompter. It's really not that big of a deal. Anyway. So let's flesh it out. What would RFK Jr., how would he best serve a Trump administration or a Trump campaign? And how would he best serve basically his goal? And I will tell you this. Donald Trump was not the least spendy president in history. He spent a lot of money. Donald Trump, whether you love him or not, I'm telling you, spent like a drunken sailor. It was awful. Terrible what he did. Not okay. It's not okay what W did with the Patriot Act. It's not okay with what Obama did with everything that he had at his disposal to absolutely ruin an entire economy. They're all jackhats to some extent. But how can RFK Jr. fit in there and do what Dennis Miller, the great Dennis Miller, said about George W. Bush? He said George W. Bush is really intelligent, but he's not good on the fly. He's just not good, unscripted. He's just not. He's that kind of vibe. He said George W. Bush surrounded himself with greatness like a hole surrounds itself with a donut. Where would RFK Jr. fit into that? Because RFK Jr. is basically feels slighted. It's basically hell hath no fury than the Kennedy scorned. He is the Kennedy scorned. He's joining forces with a Trump who has an entire media apparatus against him. Where does he fit in? I'd like to know where you guys are. A balanced budget. I love you, Grizz. Ain't no thing. Kamala Harris came out with a $1.7 trillion boondoggle of taking the purse away. That's funny. So Brendan says AG to throw him in as Attorney General. The reason why I love that, and I'll get to you guys' comments in just a second. The reason why I love the RFK Jr. as Attorney General is because Trump had a tendency in his first term to use his ability to fast track things to the Supreme Court a little more than most have. So if you have an AG like a RFK Jr., who is a stud attorney, I think that balances that out. It's kind of a yin and yang kind of thing because, hey, listen, obviously, RFK Jr.'s anti-intelligence community overreach, CIA, killed his dad and his uncle. So I love AG. I think AG is a fantastic. Yes. All right, let's see what let's get you on here, Stephanie. All right. So when we talked about all that stuff that is in our food, meds, and the environment, all the estrogen going into our kids, all the bring us into a suburban woman voter, the healthy Gen X voters. Can I give you the best health advice I've ever given you? And I'm sorry, I know you weren't throwing health advice there, but you did say all the stuff that are meds in the environment. The greatest health advice I gave you: anything the government tells you to do the opposite. They told you to cut down salt. Salt. Your body's made of salt. What the bleep is that about? Eggs are super vitamins. They're nature's multivitamin. Meat, by the way, the fat on meat does not add to fat in your body. It doesn't clog your arteries. This is the biggest bunch of nonsense ever. Yes. But so when he talks, so Stephanie was talking essentially about RFK Jr. Yeah. And that's a healthy Gen X voters. And so I love that. I'm going to put that back up. I'm sorry. I read it kind of on the fly. So I believe what you're saying, Stephanie, is that RFK Jr. kind of, hey, guys, like what Mike just said, salt's okay. It's not just, it's okay. The fats and the healthy fats and the things for your body. Yeah. So eggs and the like. So RFK Jr. I think would be fantastic with that. I think he truly would be. But I commend him because, again, he's not playing politics. I commend him because he's like, look, I'm backing out of this because I know the DNC has literally sued me in every state. They have used lawfare against me. There's nowhere I can go here because I'm getting stymied at every corner as a Democrat. So if I run as an independent, I know I'm going to be taking votes away from one of the two parties. I'm not going to, says RFK Jr., I'm not going to roll the dice and see me take away votes from a Trump administration and see this unhinged communist lunatic get put into the White House and a Kamala Harris. I mean, it just comes right to these whole price supports that she's. I mean, I absolutely am blown away. It's the gouging. It's the gouging. chief spreading bull, one of the biggest liars, fraudsters in DC history, Liz Warren, who, by the way, completely backs and authored for Kamala Harris her thoughts on unrealized profits, unrealized gains, unrealized income, whatever it is, whatever they want to call it, whatever polls the best. Meaning that I have $400,000 equity in a house. That's an unrealized income. I need to pay 20% on it. That's where Liz Warren is. Okay. So Liz Warren, I can't even believe that she goes on to CNBC, because CNBC, these are the financial people. These are the people that look at Liz Warren's programs and are like, yeah, you're an idiot. Here we go. Liz Warren coming on CNBC. Oh, wait a second here. What do you got here, Gene? Hold on a second here. All right, check out, guys, this is our show. So you guys comment. We're going to get it on there. We're going to check it out. Check out Dr. Robert Lustig. Lustig. Is it a German like me? Because if it is, you have to say that. You have to yell it. Lustig. On YouTube in his book, Metabolical. Ooh, okay. I will take your advice on that for sure. Metabolical. All right, I'll check it out. For sure. All right, let's get back to Pocahontas going on to CNBC like an idiot. Like, she is talking economy, and she skipped every economics class you could possibly have because she has no grasp of this unless you want communism or socialism. So she uses some crazy examples on why Kamala Harris's proposal in her $1.7 trillion budget offering is a good idea to control prices at the grocery store. This is absolutely absurd. Here we go.
30 years, companies didn't know how to price gouge until 3.5 years ago?
That's a great question, because Kamala Harris says that all of inflation, and this bozo, Liz Warren, says that all of inflation is because of greedy capitalism, these greedy grocery stores that are raising profits. His question is genius. So you're saying that just until 3.5 years ago, stores didn't know how to price gouge? Oh, I love this.
When President Biden was elected, where was the price gouging caught? We had 40-year highs in inflation. Where was the price? They just learned how to do this 3.5 years ago?
No, the difference is prices were not going up. And as I said,
you're right. Before Biden and Harris. Okay, so she's right. We're gonna let her just play this whole thing out, and we're going to do this together. If she stays on that and say prices were not going up prior to Biden and Harris, okay. Inflation was darn near zero at the time. Go ahead.
prices started going up for a whole host of reasons.
Oh, okay. One, you gave our energy independence away to the rest of the world. One. Two, you put into the cabinet a supply chain guy, or director of transportation, secretary Mayor Pete, was zero reason to be doing any of that. And you watched us walk in. Actually, you walked us by the hand into 2 foreign wars. But okay. All right,
prices went up because of the pandemic. Prices went up because of supply chain kinks. Prices went up because of the war in Ukraine. Prices
went up because of the war in Ukraine. Knock it off. Stop your crap with the Putin price hike crap. Oh, it's terrible.
Going up.
Hello.
For 40 years. Yeah.
Prices now. So Pocahontas is claiming Chief Runamuck over there, Chief Spreading Bull, says that prices went up because of the Ukraine war. That is one of the most absurd things in the world. Here's why prices went up, period. Too many dollars chasing too many goods. Too few goods. That's what inflation is. Too many dollars chasing too few goods. Supply chain was crap because you put the supply chain in the hands of a moron who had no idea. Who the only credibility that guy has is that he served in battle and he knows how to regurgitate Obama speeches. That's it. There's no idea what to do with supply chain or transportation. Secretary Mayor Pete's a schmuck. His husband was on MSNBC last night crying. Oh, Kamala, where? Stop it. These two soy boys have no reason to be running our supply chain. That's the reason we forfeited energy independence. Gas spiked up double. And then we have an absolute moron running the dang show in Secretary Mayor Pete. Sorry, guys. Oh, but Mike, he was a Marine. I don't care. Doesn't mean I need to smooch his booty. He is nope. Riz, stop. I don't need to kiss up to the guy because he is a veteran. I don't care. He's not qualified to do his job. Period. Mm-hmm. And we just, so the best thing to do is, one of the best analogies I ever heard is, I'll give you two of them. One, voting for this administration again is like the Titanic backing up and hitting the iceberg one more time with some stank on it. No. And then I also heard that if you have a flat tire, you fix your flat tire. You don't drive around on it for 4 more years hoping that it's just going to get better. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Exactly, Frank. That's exactly what they did. Was they used that as cover, the Putin price hikes and all that stuff. They did that. By the way, Liz Warren continues with a Kraft analogy. She uses Kraft. We talk about macaroni and cheese, damn it. Kraft had a 400% profit, and she gets punked. I love this, guys. This is fantastic.
It is a time
that's sophistry. Your example on Kraft. Your example on Kraft is even worse.
You finished first.
A lot of jokes there.
In any of the states around the country that already have price gouging laws in place.
Can I tell you why those?
There's no price gouging. There's no price gouging going on, you nerd. There's no price gouging.
Are fallacious and misleading at best. And your Kraft analogy is even, why can't I tell you? Please let me tell you. Kraft, you say, was 440% profit increase. So
that's what Liz Warren gets up there, that this Kraft, this evil capitalism, and this, they have a 400% profit. By the way, God bless them if they do. Holy crap. Yes. Holy Kraft. God bless them if they do. Right? I mean, why wouldn't we be excited about an American company throwing out 400% in profits? That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Because you still go to the store, Kraft mac and cheese is still cheap as hell. Sorry. It wasn't really impacted by this, but these evil people, 400% profit. Now, do not go on to CNBC and try to flex with your little socialist communist nonsense, because you're going to get spanked like this.
Example you used, the prior quarter from the year before, they had a charge.
She knows. Look at that S-eating grin on her face right now. She knows she's busted. She knows she's getting called out.
Of $1.3 billion, an accounting change which wiped out profits. Then they earned what they normally. Let me finish now. They earned.
You didn't let me finish. Look at the data.
Look at him. He's done with her. Oh, my. Look at the data. He's actually giving you the data.
Come on. We have economic study now after economic study.
This is the way it always goes.
When there is more concentration.
40 million eggs were destroyed because of avian flu.
When there is more concentration in an industry, we have seen much greater increases in
Do you attribute the inflation?
Markets.
That's what you think we need to do to solve it?
They're not random. They are not random one-offs. It is part of the problem when you've got...
You are the problem, Liz. You just are.
Companies that are gouging consumers on prices. Consumers need to know they've got somebody on their side.
Senator,
and
listen, we're trying to help.
Yeah, and by the way, you had one-party control when inflation was jumping up to 20% here in Phoenix. You had one-party control. What'd y'all do about it then? Exactly. It's fraud is what this is.
We're trying to actually do...
Where are you in the 37 states that currently have price gouging laws?
Just quickly on that point, Senator Warren, can you, this is Kelly here, can I just clarify how this would work?
This is the way you never lose an argument, because no one can ever say anything back to you, Senator.
The state price gouging laws take...
Yeah, because he just called her an idiot. Yes, and he's right. Oh, my Lord. That's insulting. Say, guys, we actually took the economics classes. We actually understand how this works. Supply, demand, supply chain. We get it. Remember when the bag of bones in chief said that, he said, before I came here, no one even knew what a supply chain was. Huh? I mean, we don't know what a supply chain is. We understand supply chain because we live supply chain every single day. But this kind of nonsense is what will make, unfortunately, that side of the that side of the aisle, that side of the country, believe in the crap that's being handed to them. Y'all, we are so close to communism. You have no idea how close we are. When price caps, or whatever, again, whatever word they're going to use, price, whatever, ceiling, whatever polls well for them, becomes a reality in the United States of America, we done. Y'all, our way of life is over. It just is. And this isn't we're saving democracy garbage. We can't do that here. And can you? I would love to know. You might be doing well. Good for you. Can you afford another 4 years of this trajectory? When we're told that they're bringing inflation down, that's Obama math, just like Liz Warren was doing there with Obama math. Here's the Obama math. Obama doubled the nation's deficit, doubled. Then cut that doubling in half. So now we have a 25% increase, right? I'm sorry, 50% increase. So they cut the 100% increase in half and claimed, I cut the deficit by 50%. This is the same garbage. This is the same nonsense. Oh, so Lynn wants to know, so how many eggs were destroyed because of the bird flu? Buddy, what he said wasn't even close. Yeah, I mean, millions and tens of millions, hundreds of millions of eggs, chickens, magically since the Bidens have taken over, since the Biden administration took over, I believe, I forget how many food processing and dairy and agriculture places just magically burned down. You just didn't hear a lot about it. Not allowed to hear a lot about it. Yeah. And Brennan brings up a good point. I think Brennan, you speak for a good portion of the country. You can barely afford 4 months of administration in another 4 years. Hell. And then you have asshats like Gavin Newsom, Governor Batman, going on to Newsmax, going on to Fox. Man, they're ringing him through something. He ticked someone off. Listen to this nonsense. And by the way, Brett Baer, you are a hack. You are a hack for letting this happen. Listen.
With the adjustment today of 818,000 jobs.
It's a little weird, don't you?
14.9 million jobs since they got into office. That is, Brett, 11 times more.
Now you need to say right there, Brett, you need to cut them off and say, no, you did not create those jobs. No one created those jobs. Those jobs were actually reopened after the Democrats were so kind enough to let us get back to work.
In the last 3 Republican administrations combined, the lowest black unemployment, Hispanic unemployment,
nope.
The lowest unemployment
lie
in our lifetime, in American manufacturing policy and industrial policy.
Manufacturing, by the way, I believe the majority of the 800,000 jobs that were made up and totally lied to were manufacturing jobs. Manufacturing is not back.
That's worker-centered. That's advantaging red and rural districts of this country more than it is even blue and urban.
I appreciate. Shut up, Brett. I appreciate it. No, we let him get away with it. Again, like Hitler said, if you repeat the lie enough, people are going to believe it. Where am I wrong? If you repeat the lie enough, people will believe it. That Joe Biden and Kamala Harris created 16 million jobs. It's absurd. It's an absolute, it is the one of the biggest lies. You want to talk about the big lie? That's the big lie. Hold on, I don't know if I played this. What is this? What do we got going on here?
At a Board of Health meeting
oh, you got to check this out. Okay, I'm glad I found this because I wanted to kind of pivot to this as we move to an election. Okay, as we move to an election, it was, in my opinion, I had on my card that it was going to be the bird flu. The bird flu was going to be the next pandemic. It's going to be mail-in voting. It's going to be a bunch of nonsense. Stay home, wear masks, blah blah blah. Then it became monkeypox, for the love of God. You can't say monkeypox anymore. You have to say mpox because Democrats are inherently racist. And they think if you say monkeypox, that's going to impact a certain group of people because they're racist. So anyway, mpox, I thought that was going to be it. I had to look up what the hell this was. Watch this. because liberal towns, like in Massachusetts here, liberal towns are going to start this crap before the election. Watch this. Here we go.
Developing news from Oxford. Officials at a Board of Health meeting have approved a recommendation to issue a 6 p.m. curfew to keep residents safe from high levels of triple E.
High levels of triple E. By a show of hands, what the hell is triple E? Who the hell knows what triple E is? I know what triple E is, but three E's. E. Sound like, what was it? Flipper. E. Yeah. What? That was my dolphin. You guys are going to be okay with that. Don't worry about it. Okay, so EE. I had to look this up. Rhonda, here's what it is. Ready for this? Let's get to spectacles on here. Eastern equine encephalitis. Not kidding. Eastern equine encephalitis is caused by a virus spread to people through the bite of an infected mosquito. I can't make this up. Eastern equine encephalitis is what we have to worry about now. And there's literally a town that will shut down at 6 p.m. Look at this. Here we go.
People at that meeting, not happy.
Damn right.
Don't do this to our kids.
Yeah.
People signed a petition.
Officials.
800 people signed a petition, she said. 800 people signed a petition to lock the city down at 6 o'clock.
The recommendations say they aren't banning people from going outside, but instead putting safety measures in place. They suggest the 6 p.m. curfew lasts until September 30th.
Ready for this?
October 1st, the curfew will shift to 5 p.m. And
did you hear that? So, okay, just so you know that it's only a 6-month curfew. It's no big deal, 6 p.m. But after that expires, it's going to go to 5 p.m. These people are insane.
Until the very first frost.
Here we go.
Oxford is one of 4 towns at critical risk for triple E right now.
Critical risk for triple E right now. Okay? Yeah.
Douglas, Sutton, and Webster are also listed as critical in this.
How many we got?
People who attended the meeting believe the move will hurt after-school activities, including sports.
Shut up.
We have probably well over 150 people.
Terrible. It's a terrible argument. But it's going to hurt kids' sports.
Have their own decision, makes their decisions.
Last week, an Oxford man in his 80s tested positive for triple E, the first such case since 2020.
The first? You heard this right. You heard what that man just said. That man just said one person tested positive, the only person since 2020. For 4 years, no one has tested positive. One person does. They now go down to a lockdown curfew. Y'all, we've been telling you this since March 9th of 2020. We have been telling you this. The whole thing went on with COVID. Was quite literally, and I'm talking about the government reaction to COVID. I'm not talking about the actual virus. I'm not talking about the people that died. I'm not talking about that. The government reaction was experimental. It was. It was, how far can we push using the Patriot Act? Thanks, W. How far can we push our people? How far can we lock them down? And now they know. I even forgot what it was called already. What the hell is it called? Eastern equine encephalitis. Yeah, that is. There should be horse, right? Yeah, we're going to call it the Mr. Ed flu. Seabiscuit flu. Seabiscuit syndrome. There we go. Let's keep it with that. Yeah. Yeah, and seriously, dude. I mean, okay, mosquitoes carry disease, y'all. It is. But we told you we weren't playing around. Can I end the week with something weird? I hope you guys will come with me on this, because this is just. I have a really, really good decompression session for us. But can I do one of the weirdest things I've seen in a hot minute? I'm just going to show it to you because I just think it's absolutely absurd. And let's just end the week with that, just because it's whatever. It's funsies. Let's go to Disney in Tokyo, shall we?
Everything I own and love that not a single one of you knew that this was a thing. So if you go to Tokyo Disneyland, there's this one Baymax ride. Now, Baymax.
If y'all saw Big Hero 6, Big Hero 6 was a fantastic movie. I thought it was fun. I really did. I thought it was a cool movie. The reason why this ride is prevalent in Tokyo Disney is the city the fictitious city in the United States that Big Hero 6 takes place in is called San Fran, Tokyo. I know there are a lot of jokes there. I do get it. I absolutely understand it. I get it, but let's go ahead and
And on this Baymax ride, there's about 6 songs that play, and each song is about 30 seconds each. So if you're waiting in line
6 songs, so 6 songs, 30 seconds each. That's 3 minutes.
for a long time, there's a good chance you're going to hear all 6 of them. Well, while I'm in line, I noticed that there was this girl wearing Baymax-themed clothes that was just off to the side, dancing, and she knew all of the words and all of the choreography.
All of the words, dude, they're 30-second song. Okay, whatever. God. Okay, let's go. Keep
that the staff was doing to this ride. And I thought, wow, she must be a really big fan. But then I noticed there were more people joining in. And then there were even more people joining in. And they
that's fun, right? Hey, look, you go to Disneyland, let's say you go to a soccer game, something like that, some international soccer game. Everybody's everybody's singing the songs and having fun, and everybody's dancing along. I love it. You go to what do you call that? Rocky Horror Picture Show. Everybody's singing along. Everybody's having a good time, doing the time warp again. Everybody. So what's wrong with that? Everything's good, right? Here we
were hyped up, and they were here from the moment that the park was open till when it closed.
If I tickets to Disneyland ain't cheap. You go up to the ride and you do the dances. I kid you not, this is real. Here we go.
When I looked online, I found out that this is a cult following.
It's a cult. It's a damn cult. Listen to this.
That buys Disney tickets just to dance at this ride all day and nothing else at the park. And that's...
Here we go. Ready for this? How weak we have had. Fine, you stay in Tokyo. Do not come back. We don't need you. Sure as hell, we do not need you voting. Here we go.
Pretty awesome. So I joined him. I'm now in the cult. This is what I do.
I have no idea where that fits into anything about this show. I couldn't believe what the hell I just saw. Because y'all know you all know. You guys know I'm a Disney fan. You guys, and I know we can go have the debate if we want to have the debate. That's fine. I'm a huge Disney fan. Mm-hmm. What's up, Ernesto? Don't worry about it, buddy. Because we're going to end with our decompression session, so it's okay. On the other, but anyways, so the Disney thing, I understand that. And some people think that Disney just in general is a cult. I believe, what was the study I saw, that over 40% of parents have gone into debt just to take their kids to Disneyland and Disney World. Might be a little cultish there. I'll just go ahead and throw that out. I'll throw that out there too, but weird, right? The Baymax ride. This is trippy. At the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state, nation, and world that we live in, every day at 11 o'clock. We talk about the outdoors. We talk about fun stuff in the outdoors, and hiking, biking, camping, fishing, all that stuff. Hunting, we love it. And we do every Friday as FAFO Friday. And today's FAFO Friday had to do with Karens. Karens running up to people that are fishing and pushing them into lakes and being absolute idiots. Well, being Karens, here it is. This is probably the ultimate Karen handling I have ever seen. And it's a fun song. This guy's a good singer, and he's just doing his thing on his little one wheel, and he's got his little drone in front of him that's filming it. And I think this is absolutely magical. I love this. Enjoy it in today's decompression session.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. What's up, guys? I'm Jeremiah. Hey,
what's up, Jeremiah?
Sunshine, she's here. You could take a break.
That's it. Everybody's boogieing. Hey. This guy's on a one wheel zooming through this little festival, and he's singing with his little amp in his hand. God, I love this kid.
Hot air balloon that could go to space.
Get it, kid.
Hey.
Oh, here she comes.
In the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Okay, I got you. I got you.
She's like, you got to get out of here, man. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the heck up out of here. And he's like, dude, I got you. This is how to handle a Karen. I love this kid. Come on, Jeremiah.
You feel like a room without a roof.
Good voice.
Because I'm clap along if you feel.
He's carrying a 30-pound amp. Yeah, and riding on a one wheel. I'm digging this.
Like happiness is the truth. Because I'm clap along if you know.
Look, this Karen is taking him right to the authorities. Look at this. And he's just jamming. Does not stop. Everybody's having fun around him.
This is the you.
See, everybody's hand clapping.
Like that's what you want.
They don't know she's going to rat him out.
Bring me down. Can't nothing.
Can't nobody bring me down.
Down. Your love is too high. Bring me down. Can't nothing. Bring me down. I said because I'm clap along if you feel.
Look at everybody's like going to go through the emergency tent here. He doesn't care. Look at they're happy.
Clap along if you feel.
Right to the police. She takes him to the police. The police. And watch the police reaction. God love these men and women.
Happiness is the truth because I'm clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel.
Look at that. He doesn't care, man. He's having a drink. He's good.
Yes, sir. Hey, I'm sorry, guys, for the noise. I'm gonna turn it down now. It was tough. Yes, ma'am.
And they can't talk because of your laughter.
Okay, my bad.
So please.
Yes, ma'am. I got you. That was actually my last one. Thank you, South Lake, Texas. Thank you, officers.
Like, yep. Good job, buddy. All the Texans are sitting there just saluting him, saying it. Free bird.
Free bird.
Free bird. Get it? Oh, see, there you go. A little decompression session for you. Brought to you by my man Jeremiah. That guy's crushing it, man. I hope that guy gets some kind of record deal, something, man. God bless him. He's doing the most. Y'all are the best. Thank you so much. You guys have an amazing weekend, and share this out. Like it, love it, all that. So appreciate that. We're going to continue next week. Hopefully, we love Bob and we love the squirrel, but hopefully we'll get a proper logo in there for. And Rhonda, I'll see if I can. I'm sorry, Stephanie. I'll see if I can post that and get you to get that video. So, anyway, thank you all for hanging out. Love y'all. Have a great weekend, and we'll do this again on.